And shalom, welcome to Cover with Jeremy Byers. And shalom, brother. Shalom, Andrea. Shalom, Anthony. Rung twice and went to voicemail. Did you? I didn't even receive that call, brother. My apologies. Here, we'll talk after the show here again, brother, and we'll message each other on Facebook then. Make sure we got the right numbers. All right. Anyways, hey, shalom, Arc Builders, CCMC. Shalom, welcome. So today is going to be part 5 of the Book of Acts, which is going to be covering chapter 8. Okay, for sure, brother. Sorry. We're going to be covering chapter 8 of the Book of Acts. And, today earlier I got baptized, other than, because this whole time I've just been baptizing myself, basically in the shower. And it was awesome to actually be baptized, with a group of people who were like-minded believers, and that's what I was waiting for, and it was awesome. It was amazing, and I still feel it. And it's like 6 hours later. But as soon as I get the video, I'm gonna be posting it up, and it was really awesome. It was amazing, amazing group, really. Like, what was the name of the group? It was the Narrow Path Project. That was the group, and they're actually based here in Arizona, in Phoenix. So, hey, shalom, welcome, Wendy. So, yeah, it was just amazing, actually being immersed with, like-minded believers. And there's even, I think there's this young girl, I think she was like 12, and she got baptized as well. It was awesome. It was amazing. Hey, shalom, welcome all. And it was it was pretty amazing, because usually where they were doing the baptizing at here is usually this like kind of crowded party area. But because of the floodings, there are still these like road barricades kind of blocking off the road, but you can go around them. Okay, close the door. Anyway, there was some road barricades just kind of blocking off the road, but you can easily go around, and that's what we did. And that apparently stopped a lot of the people from coming, so we basically had the whole area to like just ourselves. There was like this small group of people that came, and they were like clapping and saying congratulations too. It was awesome. Hey, shalom, welcome, Windfeather. Shalom, welcome. Say shalom, Callan.
Shalom.
Yeah, Callan, he was going. The whole plan was him to do it as well. I asked if he wanted to, and he said yeah. And then he changed his mind at the last second. I think he didn't want to get dunked under. But it's okay. All in Yah's timing. Anyway, it was awesome. It was amazing. It was awesome just to meet, even new people. Met Sister Wendy actually in person for the first time today. It was awesome. Awesome. I do actually want to get like a fellowship group or something going here in the Phoenix area for all who live in this area. We need to fellowship and get together more, and it just feels more amazing that way. It's much more interactive, and it's more personal than sitting online. I mean, I know a lot of us, that's all we really have is the online fellowship, and I love it. It's amazing. but real life fellowship, I don't know, it's amazing. It's truly amazing. Shalom, shalom. All right. Sorry, I kind of babble sometimes. Yes, it was beautiful, Wendy. It was. It was so beautiful. You know, I didn't even take a lot of pictures. It was just, I wasn't really thinking about taking pictures. It was all about the fellowshipping and everything else, you know? Live in Oregon. Hey, you know. Hey, I'm sure there's lots of mishpacha in Oregon there, sister, beloved. Hey, shalom, shalom. Welcome, Robert. And I love all of you as well. You guys are my Ehad squad. All right, so let's jump into the reading here. See if I got the screen share right. Yep. So, so we're starting, or we left off at the end of chapter 7 last time. So we'll be beginning in the beginning of chapter 8 here, and it's the book of Acts, and it'll be as read from the scriptures 1998, or the ISR 1998. Excuse me. You know, come to think of it, I just got the Hebrew English Bible as well. So just adding to my collection. So anyway, what's up?
I actually want to watch some TV. My mind's got to be in the TV.
Well, fine then.
Looks like I'm getting in the video for a minute.
Well, at least you said hi. All right. Apologies. All right. So verse 1. And Shaul was giving approval to his death. So remember, we were talking about Stephen. He was being stoned to death for telling the truth, which is basically what happens, you know, today. And he was giving approval to his death. And on that day there was a great persecution against the assembly, which was at Jerusalem. And they were all scattered throughout the countries of Yehuda and Shomeron, except the emissaries. And Shomeron is Sumeria. And dedicated men buried Stephanos, and made great lamentation over him. But Shaul was ravaging the assembly, entering every house, and dragging off men and women, putting them in prison. Then those who had been scattered went everywhere, bringing the good news, the word. And I am going down to the city of Shomeron, Philip proclaimed. Excuse me. And going down to the city of Shomeron, Philip proclaimed Messiah to them. And the crowds with one mind heeded what Philip said, hearing and seeing the miracles which he did. For unclean spirits came out of many who were possessed, crying with a loud voice, and many who were paralyzed and lame were healed. And there came to be great joy in that city. Now there was a certain man called Shimeon, or Simon, who formerly was practicing magic in the city, and astonishing the people of Shomeron, claiming to be someone great, to whom they were all giving heed, from the least to the greatest, saying, to this one is the power of Elohim, which is great. Oof. Goodness. They were giving heed to him because for a long time he had amazed them with his magic. And when they believed Philip, as he brought the good news about the reign of Elohim and the name of Yahushua Messiah, both men and women were immersed. Awesome. And Shimeon himself also believed. And when he was immersed, he continued with Philip and was amazed, seeing the miracles and signs which took place. And when the emissaries who were at Jerusalem heard that Shomeron had received the word of Elohim, they sent Kepha and Yohanan to them, who, when they had come down, prayed for them to receive the set-apart Spirit. For he had not yet fallen on any of them, but they had only been immersed in the name of the Master Yahusha. Then they laid hands on them, and they received the set-apart Spirit. And Shimeon, seeing that through the laying of the hands of the emissaries the set-apart Spirit was given, he offered them money, saying, "Give me this authority too, so that anyone I lay hands on shall receive the set-apart Spirit." But Kepha said to him, "Let your silver perish with you, because you thought to buy the gift of Elohim through money." See, he wasn't accepting of his false doctrine or anything like that. He said, "Let your silver perish with you." You know, people think we gotta sit back and accept like false doctrines and false everything, and no, we're to be harsh with them, as stated. You have neither part nor lot in this matter, for your heart is not right before Elohim. Repent, therefore, of this evil of yours, and plead with Elohim to forgive, to forgive you in the intention of your heart. For I see that you are poisoned by bitterness and bound by unrighteousness. But Shimeon answering said, "Plead with the Master for me, so that none of what you had said shall come upon me." And then see, he repented after that. Then after they had can't read today. Then after they had earnestly witnessed and spoken the word of Yahweh, they returned to Jerusalem, bringing the good news in many villages of the Samaritans. But a messenger of Yah spoke to Philip, saying, "Arise and go towards the south, along the way which goes down from Jerusalem to Azza. This is desert." And he arose and went, and saw a man of Cush, a eunuch of great authority, under Candake, the sovereignness of the Cushites. So he saw this eunuch, which eunuchs are the ones who, I'm pretty sure y'all know, you know, they diminish their manhood, to put it lightly, who was in charge of all her treasury, and had come to Jerusalem to worship, and was returning, and sitting in his chariot, he was reading the prophet Yeshayahu, or Isaiah, and in the Spirit said to Philip, "Go near and join him in that chariot." You notice he was reading Yeshayahu, Isaiah, not Matthew or Mark or Luke. And running up, Philip heard him reading the prophet Yeshayahu, and said, "Do you know what you are reading?" And he said, "How am I able, unless someone guides me?" And he called Philip near to come up and sit with him. And the passage of the scripture which he was reading was this: He was led as sheep to slaughter, and like a lamb silent before its shearer, so he opened not his mouth. In his humiliation he was deprived of right ruling. And who shall declare his generation? Because his life was taken from the earth. And the eunuch answering Philip said, I ask you, about whom does the prophet say this? About himself, or about some other? And Philip, opening his mouth and beginning at the scripture, brought to him the good news, Yahusha. And as they were going on the way, they came to some water. And the eunuch said, Look, water. What hinders me from being immersed? And Philip said, If you believe with all your heart, it is permitted. And he answering said, I believe that Yahusha Messiah is the Son of Elohim. And he commanded the chariot to stand still. And both Philip and the eunuch went down into the water, and he immersed them. And when they came up out of the water, the Spirit of Yahweh caught Philip away. And the eunuch saw him no more, for he went his way rejoicing. Amazing. And it is so amazing. This is all about immersion as well. Philip, however, was found at Ashdod, and passing through, he brought the good news in all the cities, excuse me, until he came to Caesarea. All right. Check the chat here for a sec. Let's see. Here. Let me, there we go. Alright. Check the chat. That Yahweh gang, yep. In the process of starting and gathering like TOTW in my area. Oh yeah, we're going to come to the Dickinson Ranch, brother. No, that'd be awesome. Seriously, that's awesome, brother. Southwest Mississippi. Awesome. Hey, if I was there, I'd be joining you, brother. It'd be awesome to meet you, honestly. I'm always on the search for some Midwest peeps. Yeah, you guys live out there, don't you, Andrea? I just figured out how to comment. Shalom, brother. Hey, shalom. Hey. Awesome. We learn something new every day. Shalom, shalom, and welcome, TR. I am too, and just tried to call one, they didn't answer. Alright. Like the Catholic buying heaven through penance. Yeah, exactly. It cannot be bought. Catholics didn't get one thing right. Nope. Yeah, exactly, Wendy. It's not an accident. Not a coincidence. There is no coincidences. Yeah, NIV does omit that. Exactly. The NIV, like, non-inspired version is what I call it. Honestly. It takes out and removes so much. Like, honestly, that's one I'd really stay away from. Like, unless you're comparing it just to see what's taken out, like, truly, I'd stay away from the NIV. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Even though it was rescheduled, our immersion rescheduled 3 weeks later, it was Yah's timing, and it was awesome. It all worked out. It was amazing. Alright, so chapter 9 of Acts. But Shaul still breathing threats and murder against the taught ones of the Master, having come to the high priest, asked him from letters to the congregations of Damascus, so that if he found any who were of the way, doesn't say Christians, whether men or women, to bring them bound to Jerusalem. And that's exactly what it says in the Hebrew. If he found any who were of the way. The only ones that called them Christians were the Romans, and it was in a derogatory way. Like, yes, Christ, or Christian means follower of Christ, or, yes, but it was said in, like, a derogatory, like, those Christian, like, you know, like that type of way, in a derogatory way. Their derogatory was, it was even respectful compared to today's derogatory, where it's completely just no respect, no nothing. Like, they at least had respect in their derogatory comments and words. Anyway. Excuse me. And it came to be that as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly a light flashed around him from the heaven. And he fell to the ground, and heard a voice saying to him, Shaul, Shaul, why do you persecute me? And he said, Who are you, Master? And the Master said, I am Yahusha, whom you persecute. It is hard for you to kick against the prods. Both trembling and being astonished, he said, Master, what do you wish me to do? And the Master said to him, Arise and go into the city, and you shall be told what you have to do. And the men journeying with him stood speechless, hearing indeed the voice, but seeing no one. So this is when Messiah came to him, and he was basically choosing him as an apostle. And Shaul arose from the ground, but when his eyes were open, he saw no one. And leading him by the hand, they brought him into Damascus. And he was there 3 days without sight, and did not eat or drink. And there was at Damascus a certain taught one by the name of Hananiah. And the Master said unto him in a vision, Hananiah. And he said, Here I am, Master. And the Master said unto him, Arise, and go to the street called Straight, and seek in the house of Yehuda for one called Shaul of Tarsus. For look, he is praying, and has seen in a vision a man named Hananiah coming in, and laying his hand on him, so as to see again. And Hananiah answered, Master, I have heard from many about this man, how many evils he did to your set-apart ones in Jerusalem. And here he has authority from the chief of priests to bind all those calling on your name. But the Master said to him, Go, for he is a chosen vessel of mine, to bear my name before nations, sovereigns, and the children of Israel. So those who say and call Shaul a false prophet are directly going against Messiah's words, saying that he is his chosen one. He chose him. For I shall show him how much he has to suffer for my name. And Hananiah went away and went into the house, and laying his hands on him, he said, Brother Shaul, the Master Yahusha, who has appeared to you on the way as you came, has sent me, so that you might see again and be filled with the set-apart spirit. And immediately there fell from his eyes as it were scales, and he received his sight, and rising up, he was immersed. Look at that. which is awesome. And having received food, he was strengthened. And Shaul was with the taught ones at Damascus some days. And immediately he proclaimed the Messiah in the congregations, that he is the Son of Elohim. And all who heard were amazed, and said, Is this not he who destroyed those calling on this name in Jerusalem? And has come here for this, to take them bound to the chief priests? But Shaul kept increasing in strength, and was confounding the Yahudim who dwelt in Damascus, proving that this is the Messiah. And after many days had elapsed, the Yahudim plotted to kill him. But their plot became known to Shaul, and they were watching the gate day and night to kill him. But taking him by night, the taught ones let him down through the wall, lowering him in a basket. And having arrived at Jerusalem, Shaul tried to join the taught ones, but they were all afraid of him, not believing that he was the taught one. But Barnabas took him and brought him into the emissaries, and told them how he had seen the Master on the way, and that he had spoken to him, and how he was speaking boldly at Damascus in the name of Yahusha. And he was with them at Jerusalem, coming in and going out, and speaking boldly in the name of the Master Yahusha, and disputed with the Hellenists, but they undertook to kill him. And when the brothers learned of this, they brought him down to Caesarea, and sent him out to Tarsus. Then indeed the assemblies throughout all Yehuda and Galilee and Shomeron had peace and were built up, walking in the fear of Yahweh, and in the encouragement of the set-apart Spirit, they were being increased. And it came to be, as Kepha was passing through all the places, that he also came down to the set-apart ones who were dwelling at Lod. And there he found a certain man named Aeneas, who had been bedridden for 8 years, being paralytic. And Kepha said to him, Aeneas, Yahusha the Messiah heals you. Rise up and make your bed. And immediately he rose up. And all those dwelling at Lod and Sharon saw him, and did turn to the Master. And in Yapho there was a certain taught one named Tabitha, which means Dorcas. This woman Alright, I think it's back. Okay. Alright, I think it's working. It's in the green. Oh, no, it's going back down to red. For no reason, literally. No reason. Alright, I'm not sure where it went off at. Hopefully. My goodness. It stopped when he healed the man. Okay. Here, I'm gonna try. Yeah, it is actually. That's very true, Kendall. I'm going to try and read these last few verses here before it cuts out on me again. And giving her his hand, he lifted her up, and calling the set apart ones and widows, he presented her alive. And it became known, and he believed on the Master. And it came to be that he stayed for many days in Yaffo with Shimeon, a leather tanner. Alright, alright. So, hopefully it stabilizes a bit here for me to chat. Let's see. But yeah. So, let's go through the chat here. Oh, it looks like I might disconnect. Thank you guys for praying. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it is 15 years to the day. I saw that. I think it was on a call for an uprising, actually, or one of those channels. And it's definitely wind feather. I may actually get to see the eye of a hurricane sometime tonight. I've never seen one of those before. Well, I pray for you, Brother Anthony. Be careful, brother. Yahuwah, may Yah protect you. Stay safe. I saw it was snowing in Kansas. Yeah. We ain't in Kansas anymore. Poke that like button. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Wendy. This one is taking the exact path as Katrina. Yeah. Isn't that a coincidence, huh? Awesome. Yeah, I don't know why this always happens. Like, perfectly fine, stable internet connection. It just, like, drops out for no reason. I have the good internet and all that. The time that it happens is when I'm live streaming. Praise Yah, 100%. My mom said yesterday on her driveway there was a light snow moisture substitute. Wow, you know. I know y'all do. Acting. Well, I'll just make it quick then here since it seems to be having problems. But maybe it's the underwater cables. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Anyways, thank you all for joining me. Okay. I gotta love technology. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to end this out before it cuts out anymore. And, I love you all. Have a blessed, alright, here we go. I love you all. Have a blessed evening. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next week. Feel free to comment in the comments if you have any questions or anything. And I will see you all later. Mishpaha. Thank you, Andrea. You all have a good evening. Be blessed. And shalom. Thank you all. I love you all. Shalom.